What's up, e-bikers? Today I got the Movcan V60 for you. This thing is only $10.99. It's on sale right now. I'll drop a link in the video description. I think I might have a coupon code as well, but if I do, I'll put that in there. And this is the little E-Moped, and it's even a smaller E-Moped than I've got before, like compared to that EUI S4. This one's only like 62 inches long, so it's got a really short frame to it. It's an interesting looking e-bike. It's a little pocket rocket, essentially. It's got a pretty big motor in there. We'll get into that. But comes in, I think, black here. There's also a brown seated version as well. You get a really big seat back there. Nice and cushy. And it's a lot of fun to ride so far. I've been ripping around the neighborhood here with it. And these e-mopeds are ubiquitous. They're everywhere. And it seems like every time I look around online, I see a new one come out. So, but I've seen this frame before. It's got the mid shock back here, along with that front shock, and it's a pretty nice package. So let's get into the specs, and I'll tell you more about what do you have in store here with the Movcan V60. When it comes to sizing of the e-bike, it weighs about 82, 83 pounds. Payload is 330. It says rider's height's 5'5" to 6'3". I mean, I'm 6 foot, and I feel small on the bike, so I feel big for the bike. So it's probably best for riders under 6 foot or under. 62 inches long, as I mentioned. The seat height is 33.9 inches from top to the ground, and that seat itself is actually 21 inches long. So it's got a nice long profile there, and it's cushy as well. So power comes from this rear hub motor back here, 1500 watts, peaks at 2000. This thing is a 2000 watt peak e-bike, so it's pretty fast. It's 28 miles an hour. I haven't tested the speed yet, but we'll get into that, so stay tuned. It's powered by a 48 volt 18.2 amp hour battery here on the down tube. Just take it off. It's got a little charging indicator right there. There's the plug area. You can take the key off. Let's see, right over there. And yeah, so it's sizable battery. Decent size for this e-bike. So I expect you get around 30 miles ish, particularly if you're throttling on this thing. So maybe 25, 30. It comes with a 2 amp charger, so it's going to take you about 8 to 9 hours to charge that thing up from dead. So keep that in mind. You've got the typical 7-speed mile shifter here when it comes to the gearing. Looks like a 42-tooth chain ring. Got a nice silver chain here. 14 to 28 freewheel back there. And a Shimano tourney derailleur round out that gearing for you. Here's a look at that shock there. I think you can adjust it right here. I think you need a special wrench for these types of shocks. But it looks like you can adjust it there. There's the grooves there for the screw part of it here. And the front suspension here, there's no lockout or anything, so here's what it is. Let me turn on the e-bike. You got your nice LCD display here. It starts out in PS1, doesn't even go to 0. There's there. You see I got 2 miles on the bike. We've got Logan hydraulic disc brakes as well, so that's awesome. You got there's your headlights and brights. You got turn signals too. I didn't realize that. And there's your horn. BMX handlebars, right side twist throttle. Speed shifter here. Let's see, do we have voltage, trip? There's voltage right there. Very nice. And simple but effective. The tires are these Compass 20x4s. Nice thick tread here. So here's the front headlight. I'm going to toggle it here. So that's your daytime running lamps. And there's your main headlight right there. Let's try the turn signals. Put the left one on. Let's try the right one. And this thing is a pocket rocket. says 29, 30 right there. The front end feels a little bit light, like it's going to come up sometimes. So definitely probably good for wheelies if you're into that. I'm 6 foot, but I feel like, it's not a bad riding position. And it's just pretty stable here, no hands. Pedaling is not the greatest. I'm really spinning my legs. But this is not a pedal bike, really. Yeah, it's very agile. Around the corners here. We're gonna go do a speed run here on my flat course. All right, boys and girls, let's do a speed run here on PS5. Throttle only, because that's what this bike is all about. Here we go. 23, 24, 25, 28, there's 30, 31, 31.8, wow. Let's see how many watts we're pulling out here. It's got cruise control. If you hold that throttle down for a few seconds, cruise control kicks in. So I actually like that on this bike. Let's see here. So there's there's voltage, current, odometer, and trip. So there's no wattage. So not sure how much peak power we're putting out there. Yeah, this bike is a pocket rocket. I'm gonna double check the speed on this thing with my phone app. All right, let's hit this. Let's try this again with the phone app here. I gotta do this one-handed, so a little sketchy. It's definitely off. 28, 22, 24 on this phone. It's about 5 mph off. So I thought that seemed a little fast, though. Sometimes these bikes aren't calibrated right with the speeds. So let's go try a hill test. See how it does. I mean, it's got 1500 watts of power here. At least it says it does. All right, here's my heel test. Throttle only in this bike. Steeper part is up on the top up there. And in PS it says sport mode. Oh, cruise control just kicked in. So actually, let's try cruise control up a hill. I've never done that before. Look, Ma, no hands. Yeah, we're at 19. It's probably more like 15. Alright, this white mailbox here starts to get steeper. So we're dropping in speed already. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. There's 13. Do we have 12? There's 12. 11.1 miles an hour on cruise control up a hill. There you go. Let's try this really steep hill here and test the brakes on the way down. Let me get a running start here, because this thing is like super steep. Oh yeah, nice. No problem at all. All right, let's test out these brakes. These are Logan hydraulics, and they're pretty grippy. Little fishtail there. But yeah, wow. This thing just picks up so easily. This thing should be great for wheelies. I'm not doing that, but Fido over there is not happy with me. Alright kids, this is your Movcan V60. So first of all, this thing is fun to ride. I do enjoy riding these e-bikes, even though they're not my typical e-bike of choice. But they are a lot of fun to ride. I see the appeal here. And you got dual suspension. It's a nice kind of compact frame. It's sort of a compact E-Moped, if you will. That's how I would kind of classify it. You got that big headlight up front. You got turn signals. A lot to like about it overall. The brakes were on the way back here. They were squeaking like a banshee. They were pretty loud there. So that was one negative. The other negative is the speed issue. The software just doesn't seem to be totally calibrated right. Could be the wheel size. Maybe able to play with that in the settings back there. Hold down plus and minus at the same time. And maybe the wheel size is wrong or something. But it's a fun little bike. I mean, for $10.99, I mean, again, hard to complain about that price. It works as advertised. It's pretty cool looking as well. And yeah, I think anybody who buys this thing would have a lot of fun with it. So as far as the quality goes, unknown. You know, these kind of new brands here, these Chinese brands, you know, they tend to use cheaper parts, and customer service can be an issue sometimes. But so buyer beware. But you know, I like what I see here with the Movcan. It's pretty fun, and I don't really have any major complaints about it. So check it out. Yeah, put a link in the description. And if you want to pick up one of these little e-mopeds, they are fun to ride. But stay safe out there, guys. I'll see you next time. Brakes were fine there, but coming down the hill, they were squeaking on me. It's got a nice bounce to it as well. In the turn here. Let's take this corner right here. Nice.